Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can I be heard? My apologies for my late arrival. Let me see if I can be heard. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can I be heard? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can I be heard? My apologies for my late arrival. Man, perfection takes time. Showing up, I done sprained my arm a little bit trying to rush. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is anybody in the building? Can anybody hear me? Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. How y'all doing today, family? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Let me see. I hope I'm live. Am I live? Let me check myself. Let me check my stream on my side. I don't see nobody moving. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we in the building. Okay, we in the building. How y'all doing today, family? How y'all doing today? I didn't get a chance to share this, man. I'm kind of busy. I'm kind of busy. I must admit it that I am kind of busy, trying to keep up with everything. What y'all up to? What's up, Gregory Bryan? What y'all up to? What's going on? Yeah, we here to talk about Umar tonight, family. Yeah, we here to talk about Umar tonight. We got to talk about Umar tonight, family. I want to know what y'all think, and hopefully I'll leave some comments. I mean, we got to talk about. Let me sit back and relax. Give me a second. Let me sit back. Let me sit back and relax. Felt like I sprained my arm today. Man, I ain't cut out for all this stuff no more. I don't know, man. Let me sit back and relax, man. I ain't really cut out for a lot of this work that I be doing no more, man. I feel like I be working too hard, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I got to put me out a book or finish this documentary or something, man. Because, man, I'm all broke up, man. I don't know, man. I might got about 10 minutes of good fight in me, man. But after that, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I see we got Anthony Bryant up in there. Gregory Bryant up in there. Is that the family? This is a family affair. So anyway, family, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host. We're going to be talking about Dr. Umar Johnson today. And I just want some feedback on the position that he has taken concerning his daughter. You know, his daughter has came out. Anybody heard about that story? Press a 7 if you heard that story. His daughter has came out and said that Dr. Umar Johnson is a deadbeat and that Dr. Umar Johnson, he said twins. All right. We got twins in the building. That's what I'm talking about. All right. It's a family affair. I got a little bit skills. His daughter came out and claimed that, you know, he's a deadbeat and he haven't talked to her all his life. And I got an opinion on that. I know that I've been instrumental in raising all of my children, but you know, some children do get up and they get grown and they'll go left. You know what I'm saying? But in this situation, it seems she's saying that Dr. Umar had not been there, I mean, the entire time. Now that's a bit much. That's a bit much. You know what I mean? I can understand that, you know, in these relationships, especially melanated relationships in inner cities, urban areas, you know, relationships with the mother and father don't work out and the child have to choose. Normally the mother would take the child, and if the father is stand up of some sort, he would fight to get the child, and then the child be into the tug of war, and then before you know it, the child end up picking sides, and then the child go into adulthood with some resentment for either parent. And so I get all of that, but it doesn't even seem like Umar put up a fight. I mean, is anybody following this story? It doesn't even seem like Umar Johnson has put up a fight. And this is pretty odd when you hear that Umar Johnson is supposed to be fighting for quote unquote black boys with this school. I mean, I'm looking at some of the comments from some of the people, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad to see people even defend Umar. But with that being said, I'm going to get right into it today because I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time, but I'm going to get right into it today. Umar, we always see Umar out here taking pictures with this one, that one, and at the same time, we don't, and I've said this before. How can one say that Umar is going to build something that is predicated upon uplifting little boys and structure for little boys when he has never demonstrated anything remotely close to being some type of example of a family? I don't think he ever demonstrated anything remotely close to being a family. So at the end of the day, how can one even trust that Dr. Umar is going to be the one to guide these children in the right direction? I just find it odd to me that people would even go this far in this support when no one has never seen him demonstrate these qualities that he said he's going to impart to little boys. And it's not. Listen, I know people want to. It's going to be some people that's going to want to. 1 second, let me set my video up. It's going to be some people that. 1 second.
Need a free phone?
My bad.
If you're on Snap.
It's going to be some people that. It's going to be some people that's going to want to defend Dr. Umar. I mean, to the bitter end. You know what I mean? That's why they call fans. Fans is short for fanatics. You know what I mean? So it's going to be people that want to defend Dr. Umar to the bitter end. However, if anybody just think just for a little bit, and realize that, hold up, if he is going to guide little boys into manhood, what is his example of manhood? Anybody with me? I've always thought about that, and I've always tried to give Dr. Umar the benefit of the doubt because anybody that's been watching the show know that my wife, she believed that Dr. Umar was going to pull off this school, and it's something that we need in our community. Fortunately about my wife, she took matters into her own hands, and now she's involved in operating on a small scale homeschool collective that should mature into a full-blown school. You know what I'm saying? But she actually believed that, and I did too. I ain't gonna front. When Umar first came out, I actually did too. What up, Abu X? I actually believed that Umar was going to flip into a school too. But time would show that that's probably not so. Family, help me to share this because I haven't been live in a while. And so because I haven't been live in a while, the algorithms will not give people alerts. They don't even give people alerts when I'm actually be live consistently. But definitely now, and I haven't been live in quite a few days, therefore the algorithms is not going to give Moorish World TV any alerts. You know what I mean? They gave us some earlier when I was live, but they're not going to do it this evening. But yeah, I just wanted to see people's opinion on this. As you see on the right side, Umar Johnson, whenever he goes somewhere, he's holding the babies, he's holding the ladies, he's always Black Queen over Snow Bunny slogans and all of that. But then when you get to the nitty gritty, somebody said, your wife has done more than Umar has done in 15 years. Respect to you and the fam. Hope the school is successful long term. Yeah, the school is actually doing really good. In fact, I will be there tomorrow morning. My wife is teaching an agricultural class to the children, and I'm going to film. She wants me to film it for her, so I'm going to be filming it for her. And and it's a shoestring budget, but guess what? It's children and children being taught. Thank you so much, John Sales. But yeah, fam, I think it's time for us to get this show on the road. Let's get it started, family. This is going to be a nice little presentation. It's going to be an old school presentation like I used to give. So let it rock. Let us rock.
Building with the guys.
There we go.
Shout out to the Detroit Nawapian Nation for doing my security.
Yes.
Nawapians all day long. Shout out to Dr. York. You're getting out soon. Hold your head, elder.
We gonna get them Negroes jobs so they can shut up.
Sexing. They'll start having a lot of sex, trying to drown out the trauma of the rape and the molestation, and they develop thoughtish personality disorder. That's when she's quick to have sex. She's quick to have sex. She get trains ran on her, multiple orgies, multiple head jobs.
These middle school niggas thirsty as hell.
They do. That's where it starts.
Take this rock. Still got room on the sides. I can't wait to do that sleepover for the boys. I'm locking them in. Black boy lock. Get it up, turn the lights out, and play capture the flag. But of course, you got to screen everybody, make sure you ain't got no pedophile with it.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to have to wash them clothes. Because some of them are going to come in with the same dirty drawers on. Well, we're going to have to wash them clothes. Because some of them are going to come in with the same dirty drawers on.
I'm giving you a little bit of the school's ritual, the program, the initiation, but here's what I'm going to give you a little taste of this. Before school begins, let's say school begins August the 21st, we're going to go and kidnap all the boys out of their home, and we're going to take them out into the woods.
But they right up there on Germantown Avenue, all the way Live Cafe. So get the address, because I would damn well tell you. Because I want everybody to go to All the Way Live Cafe. My sister Naisha and Mama Beverly selling them vegan platters, talking that soul vegan shit. And say, why can't this man see his baby without y'all sitting in his face? You know how belittling that is?
He's been hiding out lately, but he started the whole shit. He a little bitch ass nigga from Philly who used to work at the same charter school, Keppera Charter School, okay? Find that bitch ass nigga because he started this. Everybody's not coming for the party. I'm saying that to say this. Some of our young men, we've let them go so far for so long, they're no good to no damn body. There's people walking these streets who we're going to have to put to sleep.
But if I'm to be honest with you on this interview, I have to say that the only thing that is going to stop the current waves of police terrorism, abuse, and extermination against black folks is black men are going to have to arm up toe-to-toe and go to war with. Hundreds of us are going to have to die. Dozens of them are going to have to die in order for the government to step in order for the United Nations to step in and say, okay, enough is enough.
Said TARIQ NASHEED be letting dudes play with his booty hole. TARIQ NASHEED be letting dudes play with his booty hole. Receipts is coming. Receipts is coming.
Oh my God. Oh my God, man. What in the world I just played? What in the world? Hey, yo, this was not good. I didn't know that was coming. Hold up. Oh, man. That's crazy, man. Hold up. Hold up, man. That's crazy right there.
I'm building with the guys.
With hundreds of us are going to have to die. Dozens of them are going to have to die in order for the government to step in order for the United Nations to step in and say, okay, enough is enough.
Said TARIQ NASHEED be letting dudes play with his booty hole. TARIQ NASHEED be letting dudes play with his booty hole. Receipts is coming. TARIQ NASHEED be letting dudes play with his booty hole. TARIQ NASHEED be letting dudes play with his booty hole. Receipts is coming. Receipts is coming.
Come on, the Prince of Pan-Africanism tripping, man. He tripping. The Prince tripping, man. I'm sorry. The Prince, man. The Prince. The Prince jumped out the window that time. I ain't even expect that one. Goodness gracious. But anyway, family. The let's get into it. Let's get into it, family. Because I want to know what y'all think. And family, I'm going to be doing reaction podcasts because the frauds have been exposed. When the frauds show themselves, we'll get them. But they've been exposed. So we're going to do reactionary podcasts for a little while. But at the end of the day, family, Dr. Umar, he loves to take pictures with people. But let's get into the story that's hot off the press. Kind of. Let's get into the story that's hot off the press. Dr. Umar announces 20 sisters versus one King Kong consciousness, putting black queens back on the throne. Applicants must be at least 30 years old, natural hair, natural booty, and politically conscious. Now, while Dr. Umar is trying to do 21 sisters versus one king. If y'all don't know what that is a podcast that comes on YouTube where it's 20 sisters, and the guy get to choose out of the sisters by asking a series of questions, and then from that they get to pick. The guy get to pick out of that 21. Now, with that being said, it behooves me that someone would have Dr. Umar as an educator of their children with all of these internet shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of internet shenanigans. I mean, like, Dr. Umar has turned into a sideshow of sorts, it seems. It seems like who actually takes Dr. Umar serious today as a doctor? But hey, I guess somebody does, because guess what? He can't do what he does without somebody actually supporting what he does. You know what I'm saying? It say eligible applicants must meet the criteria, including at least 30 years of age, biological woman, and no history of bunny hopping, politically conscious, entrepreneurs only, all natural hair, all natural body, all natural face, zero skin bleach. This has become a circus sideshow of sorts. But anyway, we're gonna be entertained by it tonight. Family, Media Takeout just ran a story on Dr. Umar. If you wasn't there, I'm here to bring it to you. Media Takeout just did a story on Dr. Umar, and I'm here to bring it to you, family. According to Dr. Umar, what his daughter had to say. Anybody caught up with that? Say, I'm from St. Louis. I don't know any queens. Anybody following the story about his daughter? His daughter claimed that Dr. Umar has been a deadbeat for quite some time. Thank you for the super chat, MAB. Please. Everybody give him a round of applause. MAB, thank you so much. We salute you. We definitely thank you for all that you do for the Moorish World TV citizens and the Moorish World TV network. Give him a round of applause. Everybody, please. It's like, I'm just fine. Anyway, Media Takeout just ran a story. According to her, Dr. Umar has been missing in action her entire life. So much so that she doesn't even know her own sister. She claims that when she asked her father to connect them, he completely ignored her. And that is Umar Johnson. He completely ignored her. Imagine trying to build a bond with your own sibling only for your own father to hit you with the silent treatment. And it gets worse. She says Dr. Umar missed every major moment in her life. Birthdays, graduations, milestones, everything. In fact, she made it clear that her stepfather has been more of a father figure to her than Umar ever was. Now, let's be real. When your child is out here publicly thanking another man for stepping up in your place, it says a lot about the type of dad that you have been. Now, this is something. Now, I watch also Rockman Austin. I watch Dr. Umar on Finding Love with Drewski also, and I found it very entertaining. But I'm able to separate, and I'm sure you are too, I'm able to separate the entertainment from the activism and the activism from the entertainment. And I find that the activism is nothing more than entertainment also. You understand what I'm saying? Because the levels that he goes for attention is a bit extreme. You know what I mean? And he wasn't a dad, and it's just too much. It's just too much to try to say that you are building something for little boys, school for little boys, and all that when you actually are really turning it into an internet sideshow. You definitely turned into an internet sideshow. But let's follow this story right here. It says, the biggest bombshell, Umar name isn't on her birth certificate. Yep, you read it right. Even after DNA tests confirm he's the father, he never made an effort to establish his legal paternity. How bad is that? Is that bad, or what's going on? I heard the statement where Umar said, let's bring the mother on. Let's talk to the mother. Let's bring the mother on. But at the end of the day, the father can actually exact some sort of power to confirm that he at least tried. But it doesn't seem like, in this situation, it doesn't even seem like Umar even made an effort. Now, I don't know, but it doesn't even seem like Umar made an effort. She also states that she wanted to be a big sister. One of the saddest parts of all of this, she didn't even go live to expose him. Her main reason for speaking out was to connect with her little sister. She said, this is the thing. And I knew somebody was going to say this, and that's why I wanted to talk about this. The mother kept him from the daughter. I hear what you're saying, but I was in a similar situation, kind of, sort of, not that bad, but I got some things done, and I didn't have to deal with that. I used to always say, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you probably never been through this. I'd rather than to deal with you because you're so crazy, we going to both have to deal with the white man. That's what we're going to have to do. And that's what I would say back then. We're going to have to deal with the white man. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that when you know that you have a value to your children or you're valuable to your daughter, then you just spend some money and you go ahead and establish yourself. Now, if the child at some point is resistant, then I understand that part. But the mother would not be able to keep me from the child. Now, I mean, look out, GS, what it do? Yeah, the mother wouldn't be able to do that if my interest was the child. You know what I mean? Yeah, the mother wouldn't be able to do that. But the thing is, ninth intellect. Umar has 2 children that we know of. And this one's saying that he never made an attempt at all. So maybe the custody battle in 2008 was the other child, the younger child. You know what I mean? Was the other child. I don't know. I mean, so I don't know. My thing is, the jury is out, and he has mountains of paperwork. The jury is out, but I guess we'll see. But we're going to listen to her side because he's not talking right now. Ninth intellect. I don't think if he's never been around, ninth intellect. That's a hard one right there, ninth intellect. That's a hard one, ninth intellect. She says he's never been there. Never. Family, let me tell you something. If she's 22 and she graduated, family, you can sneak into the graduation. Stop playing. Hold up.
Stop playing with me.
If she's 22 and he wanted to be at the graduation, he could go sit in the graduation and sit in the back.
Stop playing with me.
You know what I mean?
Stop playing with me.
He could. I mean, I just wonder how they could trick the big name superstars like Drewski and the Breakfast Club. He owes child support too. Look it up.
Stop playing with me.
Come on, ninth intellect. I know you might be a Umar Umar supporter, but we got to play fair with this. We got to play fair with this. We got to play fair, brother. He would have to show that he made an effort, brother. You say he got stacks of paperwork, then he should bring them forth, because this ain't going away. This ain't going away. Yeah, this is not going away. This not going away, Ninth. This not going away. Anyway, that's since he didn't put nothing out, we only going to have one side of the story then. But he did respond, and we're gonna get into that response in a second. And before anybody starts saying she's doing this for clout, she shut that down real quick when she said she wasn't posting the DNA. Now, she says she does have a DNA, and he did not deny that that's his daughter. Dr. Umar's response, now, ninth. Dr. Umar response, according to Media Takeout, it says, of course, Dr. Umar wasn't about to let this slide without responding. And y'all, his response is straight out of "It ain't my fault" playbook. It ain't my fault. According to posted comment, Umar is blaming the mother for everything. Yep. The same man who preaches about black families, black unity, and the importance of strong father figures is out here dodging responsibility for his own child. Now, Ninth Intellect, I think you should get that paperwork and share it with us. Why don't you come on the show and share it with us? Because right now, it seems like Umar is blaming the mother. I mean, it seems like Umar is blaming the mother until Umar shows receipts, and email me the receipts. Ninth Intellect. Let me say this. What's good, GS? What up, Super Warlock Rising? Listen. Memphis back in the house. Ninth Intellect. Email me the receipts so we can hear Umar's side of the story. How about that? Email me that. But let me carry on with this. Email, since Ninth Intellect say he has mountain of paperwork, obviously he posted them somewhere. Obviously he read them somewhere. Not Ninth Intellect, but Umar read them live or did something like that. Maybe you can share that with us so we can do the show tomorrow on Umar's side. But if you can't show that, brother, you're taking a charlatan word for it, brother. I mean, Umar and the daughter somewhat resolved it, and neither are talking. Brother, show it. You got to show it, brother. Anyway. Umar has dodged the bullet, or trying to dodge the bullet, by blaming the mother. Let's keep it a buck. Let's blame the mother. And in fact, we know in these environments how mothers can be when it comes to a breakup or whatever the case may be. So I don't think we blind to that. I mean, I don't think we blind to that. However, Umar haven't brought nothing to the table to confirm that he actually is a stand-up guy. We've been watching Umar for the last 10, 15 years, just hugging up on sisters. Come on, Ninth Intellect. We've been watching Umar talking about the family structure and talking about the lack of fathers in little black boys' lives. And this is the purpose for him creating this school, supposedly. Yet he haven't given us an example. Come on. He haven't given us an example of what that looks like. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. Umar have to give an example, Ninth Intellect. He hasn't given an example of what that looks like. So when the internet reacts, it's on Twitter, so you can build a whole school, but you can't pick up the phone for your own daughter. Make it make sense. And then someone else chimed in, Dr. Umar be talking about saving a black family, but can't even save his own. This ain't Pan-African king behavior. You know what I mean? Hold up, Ninth Intellect. Ninth Intellect says, okay, Umar's daughter made other videos that I know you wouldn't approve of. I'll try to find them for you. No, I've already seen the risque videos that Umar's daughter has made on TikTok. We're only talking about the relationship of Umar and his daughter. We're not talking about the risque videos, if that's what you're talking about. I've seen the videos. I've been through a whole page. I've seen the videos about the risque videos. I've seen it. But that's not the topic of discussion. You don't get to, not you, Ninth Intellect, but a person don't get to divert the attention from the subject matter. The subject matter is the guy is running around saying he the king of Pan-Africanism. And Pan-Africanism is predicated on the unity of people of African descent and the diaspora, however you want to say it. However, the efforts that he's making in that movement, he haven't made the same effort in his own movement, if that makes sense. He's making a lot of efforts in the online movement and the traveling around, living in hotel to hotel. He's making a lot of efforts in that, but he's not making the same efforts in having a conversation as the young lady said that she wanted to have. So come on now. Come on, Ninth Intellect. We got to be fair with this one. And while he's doing that, he's on Drewski. You know what I mean? He's on Drewski, going viral right now. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But he has made time for these things. I mean, he has made time for these things. So, hey. So some say, hold up. See, here we go. The founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, did the same thing to his daughter. We did not slander him. We started supporting Apple phones. Speak on Steve Jobs as well. I will speak on Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is not masquerading himself as a Pan-Africanist trying to elevate quote-unquote black people. Steve Jobs is not selling us an idea that he's going to build a school to save little black boys. Steve Jobs is not selling us an idea that he's been selling for the last over 10 years, that he's going to build a black school that's going to save little black boys. Steve Jobs is trying to sell you Apple iPhones. Steve Jobs is not a melanated brother, and he owes you no responsibility. He owes you no responsibility to be a family man. He's going to sell you an Apple iPhone, and either you buy it or you don't. He's not trying to sell you to save yourself. That's apples and oranges. You know what I mean? You're going to compare Steve Jobs to a person that's running around trying to sell you on the concept that he's going to save black boys with a school? You're going to compare Steve Jobs to that? Are you serious? This is how far we are off as a people. This represents the level that we are off. Because someone will bring up Steve Jobs and his relationship with his daughter and compare it to one that's selling himself on the savior for quote-unquote black boys. Come on. That's sickening. You shouldn't even posted that, Daryl Clemens. That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense that you would post something like that. Anyway, that don't even make sense. Anyway, following the accusations of Umar being a deadbeat, she's now claimed that he physically abused her mother in the past. He put his effing hands on her. What the F is wrong with him? He should be in effing jail. This is what she says. She claims. Like, really? He should be in jail. She also shared more details about her mother-alleged relationship with him, revealing that they met in college and that they ended things after 5 years of dating. Meanwhile, Dr. Umar went live on his own platform, addressing the ongoing drama and urging his followers to pick a side. Can you believe that? He should have just ignored it. But Umar said, pick a side. Pick a side. Pick my daughter or pick me. Umar is tripping, man. Meanwhile, Umar went live on his old platform. I think I got that video too. Let me see if I got that video. I think I got that one. Umar is really tripping. Umar is really tripping, man.
Gotta pick a side. Pick a side and stay on it. Please stay on your side. No more frenemies. I don't want no more frenemies. Either with me or you not. Let's do what we got. Gotta pick a side. Pick a side and stay on it. Please stay on your side. No more frenemies. I don't want no more frenemies. Either with me or you not. Let's do what we gotta do. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
He gonna tell people to pick a side on a conversation concerning himself and his daughter. This I'm telling you, Umar has turned into a YouTube sideshow. That's what it is. This is what it is. It's all showmanship. In fact, where's that video that I was checking out? Look at this. Let's go over this. It's all showmanship. And this
I've known Dr. Umar for 3 years. I met him when I was 24 years old. And this is a recent picture. We just met in June of last year. And we did discuss his children along with a few other things. We met up at Brandywine Diner on Concord Pike last year, and because he wanted to take me out to lunch, and I kind of wanted to talk about like just have a conversation with him regarding like black content creators on TikTok and social media. So while we're talking, we talk about religion, we talk about racism in America, we talk about secret societies, because that was really my peak of interest. So we first started off by talking about why he was in Wilmington again. He's always going to his school in Wilmington, Delaware, because number one, he's being audited by the IRS a lot. When I first met him in 2022, he literally told me he was there because his accountant was caught stealing funds from the school. They were receiving donations for the school, and he was saying that his accountant was stealing money. So he had to fire that accountant, and the IRS was asking for proof, like where the money went. So he started commuting from Philadelphia to Wilmington, Delaware frequently, just so he could be at the school in case anybody shows up and asks why the school's not done, or where the kids are at, or what's going on. So when I met up with him last year, he was just coming back from the school when we had lunch. I guess the IRS is still asking him about the school because it's not done. Like, he's receiving money donations, but there's no progress with the school. If you were to go up right now to the school, like, there's wooded boards on the doors, on the windows, there's weeds, graffiti on some of the buildings.
Hold on. Let me stop for something. Somebody says, a soldier story says, she's a snow bunny, GS. What does she has in common with the Aliyeites or the Garveyites? She's slandering the brother. No, the brother went out with her. The brother went out with her. What are you talking about? She's slandering him. Slander is a lie. Do you know that? A soldier story. Come on, let's be fair. A slander is a lie. Are you talking about the sister that's making this statement? He went out with her. Like, what do you mean, a soldier story? She's a snow bunny, GS. You saying that this sister is a snow bunny? And what does they have in common with the Aliyeites or the Garveyites? She's slandering him. Who is slandering him? Who is slandering? Slander is a lie. And he went out with her. So I'm trying to follow you. I'm trying to follow you. And I'm trying to be balanced there. If you got anything that you want to share in defense of Umar, come on with it. But please don't try to defend Umar with emotional rants. I mean, bring some receipts. Sorry I misspelled the name. It's Lennon Honor here on YouTube. He has receipts on Umar. Okay. Queens forever, snow bunnies now. Anyway, the whole point of the nutshell is, I've always thought it was weird. It was so weird the minute you ask the question now, they're the enemy, only want you to do is believe exactly what they're saying and can't even think a question. GS, are you saying that that every female a brother goes with, we should believe everything people say? No, what I'm saying is that this is their side of the story. And in order to have a balanced story, Umar would have to respond. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is right and exact, but she has receipts that they were together. She has receipts that she hung out with him. She has receipts that they had spent time together. That's what I'm saying, Ninth Intellect. What she's saying, I mean, you can take it with a grain of salt, but she does have receipts receipts that they have spent time together. And when you listen to her, it appears, and I said it appears, that she got Dr. Umar pegged right and exact. It just appears that way from what we see. It appears that way. Listen.
Things like it's not in proper condition. There's no AC, there's no heating, there's nothing. Like it's not, the school's not ready.
What is she saying different that we don't already know? She's saying things that we already know. You better believe, you better be careful who we date. You better believe it, Ninth Wonder. This has to be the longest school building in history. But he's making a fool out of himself now with the nonsense he's been involved with lately. There's nothing productive about, okay.
When we were talking at the table, I started asking him a lot of private questions like, were you married? Do you have any kid? He was telling me, yes, I have 2 daughters. One of them is a teenager and the other one is maybe 7 years old at the time. So the child is probably 9 years old. So he was saying to me that
Ninth Wonder say, what's her motive? Her motive may be to confirm that what the public don't know is right and exact. But, hey, you would have to ask her. Maybe I email her and see if she want to come on the show. I mean, maybe I email her and see if she come on the show.
the mother of those girls, or the mother of, I don't know if it's 2 separate women or just one woman, the woman or the women are taking him to court for child support because he's not an active dad. He's not in their life, and he told me that as well. He doesn't visit them as much as he should. However, he visits his mom a lot, and she's in Philly. So I just was confused. I was like, how are you talking about being a pillar and how black men are so needed in families today, but you're not even an active dad? He was not an active father. He said it. He confirmed it. I can back this young lady up. He did say that. He was not going to be there. And on top of that, he was saying that he would like to, in the future, every 2 weeks out of the month, go to Ghana. He practices Ifa, which is...
So ninth. In fact, let me shut down ninth intellect real quick. And you a Moorish World TV citizen, but listen.
I wasn't there for my daughter, and she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, "Daddy, you're the reason I can't find good black love because you never validated me as a woman."
How long have you known Umar was
validated me?
Listen, he's telling you.
And she may expose me on one of these podcasts. I wasn't there for my daughter. I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, "Daddy, you're the reason."
So ninth intellect, you're jumping out the window. Ninth intellect, you my guy. But he knew that this day was coming. He knew it. See, that's one thing about the internet. And I keep telling people, whether it's TARIQ NASHEED, whether it's the Minister Farrakhan, or whether it's just the average YouTuber, everything is recorded. And Moochie can always find the record. Moochie is a research bear. And if Moochie gets on your heels, it's over. It's just over. Listen, he knew this day was coming. Listen.
And I wasn't there for my daughter. And I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose.
Once Moochie Bear is on the case, if you are in error, you can't get away. You just can't get away. And I'm telling you, this. So ninth intellect, you hear him says in this clip that he wasn't there for his daughter. That's case closed.
And I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, "Daddy, you're the reason I can't find good black love because you never validated me as a woman."
How long have you known Umar was your dad? All my life. I always knew that was my dad.
So, what are we doing here? Are we going to blame? Are we going to blame the daughter? Because Umar confirms that this day might happen. Everybody, thumbs up, family. Thumbs up for Moochie Bear if you can. You know what I mean? He confirmed that this day might happen. He knew that so he consciously being a deadbeat. See, listen, it's one thing where a set of circumstances put you in a situation where you respond bad. Thank you, Liddell, thank you. You respond bad to a situation, but it's another thing when you prepare to be exposed because your lack of a responsible response. So, Ninth Intellect, we really don't have a debate over here because he confirmed it for himself. I mean, he confirms it for himself that he wasn't there. And now, knowing that he wasn't there, that shows you that he had the ability to fix it. He knew it. He had every ability to as Marvelous said, he tried to get ahead of the smoke. He had every ability to get ahead of the curve, but he did not do it.
I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, Daddy, you're the reason I can't find good black love because you never validated me as a woman.
How long have you known Umar was your dad? All my life. I always knew that was my dad.
And let me tell you something. We have people in this chat right now that have fought tirelessly for relationships with their children, I'm sure. And you have a guy that's claimed to be King Kong conscious mean aware, and he not fighting for what he says his daughter. He claims the daughter, but he fights for your child. But he fights for your child. He fights for your child education. He fights for your child to have a school that has a balanced education. But he don't fight for his own. Come on now. Come on, man. Come on now. That doesn't make sense. Ninth Intellect. Does that make any sense? That doesn't make any sense, Ninth Intellect. Stop. Come on, man. So let's get back to this.
African spirituality, and we were talking about that for a while because I'm kind of versed in it as well. And so when we were talking, I was asking him, I was like, so you never got married? He said, oh no, I never got married to any of those women. But he dated a lot. And I could tell that he was a playboy because he was very, very flirtatious. Very. And also I noticed too, his personality is much different in person than it is online. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a woman or something like that, but he's not as animated. He seems more hyped up when he's like on a podcast.
She says he seems hyped up when he's on a podcast. That's because he's in character. That's because he's in character. When he's on podcasts, he's in character. When he's personal, he's probably a weak little boy. He's probably a weak little boy inside. You know what I mean? Like when you see me, like this is what you get. Anybody that met me personally, they know what you see in this screen is what you're going to get in person. If anybody in the chat met me in person, anybody, if you met me in person, what you see here is what you get in person. That's what I'm not yelling all the time, but I do get amped up. You know what I'm saying? This is my personality. I'm like this around my mama, my wife, my children. This is what it is. Liddell, I can't respect, affiliate, or associate with any man who abandons his daughter's son. Somebody said, can I call in? Shamia, can I call in? You want to call in? Let me see. Let me get the number for you. Oh, my goodness. We might have to do a part 2, man. I got a bunch of more stuff I wanted to cover. All right, let's get the call in. Let's get the call in going. I got to get Thank you so much, Liddell Moore. I mean, thank you so much, Liddell. Listen, family, Moorish World TV is going to bring you the best in not only entertainment, but the best in podcasting, the best in what they would call shadow ban podcasting. You know what I mean? You're going to get the best in shadow ban podcasting here on Moorish World TV. All right. So let me get the let me see if I can get the number for you. Where's my number? Anybody got the Moorish World TV phone number? Yeah, we're going to have to do a part 2 because somebody want to call in, and I'm going to let them call in momentarily. Let me look on my phone. And so family, I wanted to flow with it because I got more stuff that I wanted to cover on this. But since we have someone that wants to call in, we're gonna let that happen. We're gonna let that happen. So let me 635. There we go. We're gonna let you call in. Here is the number here. And Shamia, if you're calling in, please do not curse, because we don't do that. Keep it clean. And if you want to cuss me out, you're gonna have to cuss me out another time, not on social media. All right. So that's the number. So that's the number right there. Anybody that wants to call in, but now I'll keep it flowing until somebody try to hit the line. With that being said, let it flow.
Online, really engaging. He was not as engaging in person, and I felt like that was I was having to ask him questions. He didn't really ask me questions.
Oh, as I was saying, Umar most likely is a little boy inside. He probably one of them type of person who has a big personality when they're in character. And only in character, because in character, they are protected by those who expect that type of character. But outside of character, outside of the camera, outside of the audience, there is no need to perform. And now he might be a person of a little substance. And I've met people like that before. Let me tell you something, because I remember the darker days of my life, where, like, say in the streets or something, you would have people that had loud personalities. I mean, loud personalities. You follow what I'm saying? Gangsters. But, man, when you remove them from that audience, when you remove them from that attention, that loud personality and that gangster would dwindle. It would dwindle. It would shrivel to nothing. It would literally shrivel to nothing. So I actually understand it from that perspective. And so, as long as you got an audience, like I remember one of my thing was when I used to get into situations where as though I had to address somebody that used to like to show out in front of people, one of my thing is to pull them aside. Like, let me holler at you for a minute, man. They be talking, man, mother, man, you beat. All right. I got that. Bro, let me and you. We ain't got to go nowhere. I'm saying, listen, brother, just me and you. Can I just holler at you for a minute? We ain't got to go nowhere. Because as long as the people are watching, then what people would do is they would perform at the highest level. But when you take them by themselves and put them in a little room, you could grab them in the chest and say, what you say? What you say? Man, listen, man, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I mean, somebody says she's deflecting. Who projects someone's character unless they're lowly themselves? He never rejected her. What are the motives behind the things she's saying? I mean, yeah, but I'm not going to pay attention to that. But seriously, you get a person like that and you get them by themselves, you grab like, what? What you say? Man, you probably could smack them upside the head and everything. And they like, stop, man. I was just saying. But long as there a crowd around, they will be the biggest King Kong, hence King Kong consciousness that you ever want to see. But get them in a closed room where it's you and them and you got to fight your way out. You ain't gonna talk your way out that. You gotta really fight your way out. The whole scenario change. Because some people go in them little small rooms, they turn into real animals. And it's survival of the fittest. And that's what we see on the social media platforms today. These performers are demonstrating survival of the fittest because they want to get that check. And so they perform while that camera's on. But when they get them by themselves, and you talk personal, and you're looking for the intellect, you're looking for the science, you're looking for the consciousness, and all you see is kitty cats. That's all you see. Meow. That's all you see. That's all you see. And this is what it sounds like sis is illustrating.
It's almost like we had lunch just for me to ask him questions. And I didn't really like that because it was supposed to be a back and forth discussion. And so we were talking about a variety of topics. He is extremely flirtatious. And that was the last time I met up with him, and probably the last time, because it was very aggressive, because I'm in a relationship. And when I had met up with him last year, I told my partner, like, I'm going to go have lunch with Dr. Umar. He was like, what the fuck? So he was like, yeah, go have lunch and come back and let me know how it goes. But y'all, before I go back to seeing my boyfriend, on my life, when we left, I gave him a hug. He was like, He said, the women got to have booty. And I was like, what? He said, you got to have booty. If I'm talking to you, you got to have booty. Can you cook? I was like, yeah, I can cook. He was like, good. Good. So you can cook and you got booty. And he was backing up from me. He said, He said, business before back shots. Business before back shots. I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. And mind you, I'm in a fucking relationship. So I was like, what do you mean business before back shots, nigga? Like, what? So he's laughing to himself, and he goes back to his car because he was going to go back to Philly to go take care of his mom. And I was like, I can't see this fool again. Because what do you mean business before back shots? No back shots are being given. What? Because business before back shots, whose back are you shooting? Because it's not mine. The fuck? So extremely flirtatious. Very.
Umar's a piece of work, man. Business before back shots. I'm King Kong conscious. I think Shamika tried to call me. Let me try to call her back. I had it on the wrong thing. I'm going to try to call her back right quick. Let me see what I got here. Let me see if I can call her back real quick. Let me see. I think I just missed her call. Let me see. Business before back shots. Umar crazy a bed bug. Let me see if this is it. Check. Allow. Let's see what we got. We'll see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Can y'all hear? Press 7 if y'all can hear.
Call from
Jay.
To accept, press 1.
Peace, family. Can you hear me?
Hey, this Moorish, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, this Moorish World TV. What's up, brother?
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing today?
I'm doing well. What you got to add to the conversation?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm a big Umar Johnson supporter, and
excellent. Just keep it clean. Brother.
Oh yeah, yes sir, no doubt. Like I said, I heard his daughter and her rant, or some people call it a reach out, whatever you want to call it. To me, like I said, I'm a son of a social worker, so I know how this goes for the most part. I don't think she went about it the way she was a professional, and she went about it the right way, in my estimation. Because, like I said, I've seen tons of videos of her, and I thought she was following Dr. Umar's path, and I thought she was like a nerd in college when he said he had a 21-year-old last year. But I didn't know she was just, kind of ghetto. You know what I'm saying? If somebody told me that, I would believe it.
But brother, but hold on. Let me address the first thing you said. You said that she didn't address it professionally. Like, she's a 20-year-old.
She's 22.
She's 22 years old. She's of this generation, and she's of this generation. She's of a TikTok generation. Let's be clear. She's of the TikTok generation. They have a certain type of energy about them that's acceptable to their crowd. It may not be acceptable to a 50-year-old or to a 55-year-old, but acceptable to their crowd. And she hasn't done nothing that's out of the scope of what they do at her age. And she has I don't see her having to have to come professional in any way, shape, or form in expressing herself. I don't see that as a requirement.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there. She's a little younger than me, so I do agree with you there. And this time, this generation, in that particular landscape, I do agree with you. She's a little younger than me. What I'm saying, her initial video was professional, but if you've seen them other 9 or 10 videos she did, and she was on Tommy Sotomayor out of all people and get cursed out because she was so fly at the mouth, And then, like I said, you're 22 years old. Okay, since you was 18, you had free will and freedom to reach out. Y'all in the same city, only live a mile apart. Your mama got a restaurant. Your mama and grandmama got a restaurant. But we got to see both sides of everything, because before, Umar only visits were with her and her grandmama present while they was on the couch. That was his only communication of visits. Mm-hmm. And yes, he did pay child support, and he did not deny that was his daughter. He said, "Listen, I got 9. Umar is one of 9 kids. And he had his. Hold
on. Rewind that. What did you just say? Umar what?
Is one of 9 kids.
Okay.
He has 8 siblings.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, he don't have 9 kids. He's one of 9. He got 8 other siblings, and most of them live in Philadelphia, including his mother and his father. So he has several cousins, nieces, nephews, aunts, and uncles there. Well, so I'm pretty sure she already pretty much stated that she knows some of them.
So let me chime in real quick.
Sure.
One of the things that you said is that she's 18 years old and she had the ability to reach out to Umar. Let me say this. If you have not seen your biological father or haven't had a consistent relationship with your biological father from birth till 18, you may also be hesitant to reach out to him directly. If you only had visits on a couch periodically with a grandmother there, and that's all you had from infancy to 18, you may also be hesitant to reach out. It would take the conscious person, the fully unfolded, developed conscious person, to make that initiative at 18, because now you can't blame the mother having control over the child, and now the child is free to make the decision that the child wants to make. And we don't see that right here. We don't see that Umar made the approach when the child turned 18 all the way to 22 without the mother interfering. He had the ability to do that. Remember, he's the conscious guy. Remember, he's the most requested. Remember, he's the school psychologist, psych therapist. Whatever he is, he knows how the mind works. So it should compel him to reach out at 18 after he missed 18 years. It shouldn't compel her.
Yeah,
does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like I said, I understand and I sympathize with her because I did not know my biological father. I didn't start getting, he's passed now, but I didn't start getting back in touch with him until about like 10 years ago. So I sympathize with her. And like I said, I'm the son of a social worker. So I do sympathize and I understand where she's coming from. Only thing about it is she still stays with her mama. Now, she's 22 and she's there with her mother. So her mother probably putting batteries in her back.
But hold on. I think that's a misunderstanding too. Because if my children are doing right in this life, my children can stay with me forever. My children would never have to move out.
No, I ain't meant it that way.
They would never have to move out.
Oh, no. I ain't meant it that way. Trust me, I ain't meant it that way. You can stay until you 30s, 40s, whatever. That I ain't said that, but I said since she still stay with her mother. Her mother, is pretty aware, and she has I don't know if she has a strong hold on her, but she has her ear, and her mother has not put Umar in the best light. Let's say it like that.
But have I never seen a video of the mother? I think that's very speculative because we know from experience that that's normally how it works, that the mother put batteries in children back. But but we can't say that definitively that is this situation because I've never seen a video of the mother. Have you?
No, I have not seen a video of her mother, but if she acts anywhere like the kid does,
see what you said. Listen to what you said. If she acts anywhere like that, we don't know. We don't have that evidence there. And one thing about critical thinking that we can say, okay, from experience, we know that parents put batteries in children back. However, at the end of the day, we don't have that information because we never heard the mother speak. Let me ask you this question. They want to ask. They ask it on what's name. Do you believe that Umar got punched in the face by an alien as he said he had?
I'm not going to. Listen, brother, I'm not going to. I agree with Umar about 90%, but 10% I do not agree with him. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, and I met him several times. Hear him speak, and in the city I'm in different cities in the state, and I talked to him on the phone a couple of times, and I've been following him since 2010 because it was really I think Professor Grift at the time. They was doing something in Philadelphia at the Black. You probably heard of it, the Black bookstore there in Philadelphia,
right.
And he came to speak. So I've been knowing him since then.
Brother, let me tell you something.
Yeah, sure.
I think Umar is a very charming brother, and what I mean, charming brother, he's easy to talk to. He's easy to get along with. I've made several videos about Umar, about the school, about things that have transpired over the years. I went to his book signing, his lecture here in Baltimore. He had security, he had all sorts of people there, and he still treated me as a gentleman. So that I don't think people understand from a personal point of view who Umar is. He's very charming and very easy to talk to and very convincing in many ways. But when we separate the charm from the facts, the charm from the facts, and look at the facts, that do it take this long to make a school for little boys? No, it doesn't.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this. Can I call you Mr. Bay, right?
Absolutely, brother.
Okay, say Mr. Bay. I will say it like this here. Umar wants an independent school. Now, you know in Baltimore and Chicago and Detroit, especially because you live in Baltimore and Philadelphia, black schools or predominantly black schools have been closing down like nothing else. Over tens of thousands. That's on record. He said he wants an independent school so he can control the curriculum because he said miseducation of the black kid. Boys and girls, and they put them in special ed, which is very true because I know a lot of people in education.
Listen. I don't want to be long with it because I'm enjoying this conversation with you. But I want to just chime in real quick.
I'll get some context.
When you say that he wants to control the curriculum, after 10 years, have you seen the curriculum, and has Umar presented a curriculum yet?
Well, as a supporter, I look at a lot of his videos. He does give, a schedule and what he wants. He said because he said people in Baltimore, people in Baltimore and Philadelphia, and as well as major cities, urban kids are not reading up to grade level.
I get what you're saying. Listen to what I'm saying, though. Listen to what I'm saying. If he's going to create a school, right?
Yes.
And he's have a building. And he's saying that the school is going to open, and he said it over 3 different times. Over 3 different occasions, correct?
Right. Okay.
Why haven't no one seen the curriculum for when it was supposed to open the first time, the second time, or the third time? Why haven't the curriculum been public? Why isn't there anything tangible as it relates to a school operating? Is the question.
Okay, well, Mr. Bay, I'll give a little context to it. If you got haters that are so hell-bent for the last 10 years of trying to destroy you, calling every agency, every alphabet boy that they can find, on you, because he says every alphabet boy came, he has talked to. So he's under surveillance, this, that, and the other, and they have stopped donations. They tried to get his GoFundMe council.
No. I get that.
Yeah.
But where is the curriculum? The FBI and the alphabet boys, they don't stop a curriculum once it's on paper. Where is the curriculum? Because he said he was going to open the school over 3 times. And so if he's going to open the school, there would have to be a curriculum in place for the children to operate under. So where is the curriculum?
Well, like I said, this is what he said. This is not me. This is what he said.
Fourth
graders. He said he has a curriculum, reading, writing, arithmetic. He said he went to a private school in Philadelphia. He wanted to show them how to shoot guns, hunt, garden, a lot of other stuff.
But
these are what he's saying.
These are YouTube. These are talking points for YouTube. ideas.
Right.
That's all it is. I want to start me a school. I can do this tomorrow. I can go live tomorrow. Listen, Moorish World TV citizens, I want to start me a school tomorrow, and I'm going to teach young boys how to do target practice. I'm also going to teach them how to fish. I'm going to teach them math, and I'm going to have them reading on an 8th grade level at 5 years old. These are talking points for social media. But when you say the school is going to open, there should be a curriculum that the public can see. Because even when you say that Umar have these haters, even when you say that they shutting down these schools and he want an independent school, he still have to pass the criteria that's accepted by this society. So we only asking for the curriculum. And he hasn't even presented that yet. But he says the school going to open over 3 times. You see where there is there's a problem right there. There's a problem.
Yeah, I understand you, and I'm not saying you're completely wrong, and even though I'm supporting his, I'm not saying you're completely wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot of roadblocks, because when he said he was going to open this independent school, I would say, man, it's going to take $3 to $4 billion for him to do that. And I think he underestimated his popularity to a point, thinking people going to flood the gates with money. You know what I'm saying? We all know in the community.
I don't want to get off the topic about the daughter, but I will say this. Yeah. If a person really wants to open a school, he could sell one of the buildings, minimize the overhead, get one building up and running, make it successful, get some graduates, and then money will start flowing in. If he wanted to really get some support from the perspective of a school, if 10 years ago, or when he bought the building, if he would have bought a manageable sized building to manage 10 to 15, 20 or 30 students, right? And get these children educated and into a college or into a field that could be productive and successful, the money would start flowing in, and then he could actually buy a college campus that could function as a full-blown school for little boys. You know what I mean? But that is not what's going on here. If you really want a school, you create a school that you can manage, not a school that is a fantasy. It's a fantasy what we're talking about over here, brother. This is why it's never going to be complete. It's a fantasy. Well, it's a great dream. It's a great dream. And the school that was purchased, that's nothing but a big billboard. Look, we got the school. Now we need to finish it. When it all falls apart, Umar is going to sell his school. He's going to be forced to sell his school. He's going to get his cut. And he said, look, do you see, I got all of these haters. And then people like you are going to come forth and say, man, them haters stopped this school. It wasn't Umar, but there was never no intention for a functional school in the first place.
Okay, I will say this. Okay, in Ohio, I'm in Ohio, and I'm not too far from where LeBron, I Promise School is. It still took LeBron 7 to 8 years to open that school up. And Jalen Rose, a cousin of mine, lives in Detroit, knows where the Jalen Rose School Academy is. It took him 7 to 8 years, and they multi-millionaires. LeBron is a billionaire, and it's still because it's a process. Open up a school, but they got federal funds. Umar said he wants to do it from grassroots, independent black schools like they used to do back in the early 1900s, like Bethune-Cookman, schools like Coppin State, and historically black. He said he wants to do it independent, and he wants to own. He said because we got to get up to reading level, because he talks about Baltimore, Philadelphia, all the major cities, urban cities that said the children are underperforming well under what they need to be. They're not reading up to the grade level, which is true. You really can't argue that.
Brother. You are really sold on all of this stuff. You are quoting Umar verbatim, and you are really sold on this. You really believe that this school is going to happen.
I'm not kind of sold on it, but I'm like, you got to trust the process. I guess that's where I'm at.
But what I'm saying is, when do, and then let's get back to the daughter. When do you understand that there is no process? That it's winging it. Let me explain something to you, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe that 5 people out there with rollers and a rolling pan can paint a school the size of Umar? You ever been to the school before?
Yeah. Have I seen this school? No, I've seen it from a distance.
Okay, from a distance. This is 2 buildings, and they huge. They're huge buildings. He goes on camera with people with a household roller painting the wall. You seen that video?
Yeah, I seen it.
Do you think that's practical? Is that the result of your best thinking to think that's practical to paint a school with
I say it like this. To be fair, I'm gonna be fair. Would I do something differently? Probably so. Would you do something differently? Probably so. Yeah. But that's the way he wants to do it.
No, that's advertisement, brother. I mean, listen, I'm trying to bring you over. That's advertisement. That's to say, give me more money. Look, we are working on it. But you're not working on it. You can never paint a school that size with 4 people in a roller that you get from Walmart. You could never do that, brother. You can't even reach the top, brother. Stop it.
Right.
Come on. That is an advertisement, brother. Say it with me. Say, Mr. Bay, you got me. That's an advertisement. Let me hear you say it.
I would say like this. You say, hey, what you say is probably
no,
true.
but I paint, brother. Yeah. I've done painting. I do handyman, home improvement. I have to. And if you have done that before, you know good and well that is not a practical approach to painting a building that size, bro. You know it, and I know it.
Okay. Let me come to you like this. He said he has had contractors, but the contractors do not fulfill their obligations.
Why is it that? Why is it
fulfill the obligations of doing what they're supposed to do?
But why is it? Ninth Intellect say he eventually got real painters. Ninth Intellect, that's not true. I've been there before. I can go there this weekend. You do know that, right? You do know that I live a few hours away from there, Ninth Intellect. He ain't got no real painters. That building hasn't changed none. Stop playing Ninth Intellect. I'm talking to somebody on the comment section. The point that I'm making is this. Why is it that every time Umar falls short, he has some sort of... What success do Umar have besides purchasing the building? Name one.
You talking about overall success?
No. Every time he has an excuse, every time he has an excuse for not opening the school, every time he has an excuse for, they're falling short on the painting, they're falling short on the plumbing, they're falling short on the air conditioning, they're falling short on everything. What success that the windows, the boarding up, what success can you just off the top of your head and say, okay, this is a success and this is an indication that it's moving forward?
I would say like this. It's slowly but surely, but if you look to the side...
I know, I say name a success. Name something.
Well, he does have the inside, partially, mostly done from what I've seen.
I did not
say all the way. I ain't say he got it complete. I'm not saying that.
Man, I love talking to you, man.
What he purchased. I say it like that. It's a little progress.
But now let's get back to the daughter, because that's what the show is about. The daughter.
Right.
Now, I want you to walk with me on this. Do you understand that it's not the daughter's responsibility to reach out to Umar?
Right. Okay.
It should be his responsibility, because if he feel as though that the mother has kept him away from her, but we're going to get into that in a minute. If the mother have kept him away from her, then once she's 18, then he should be showing that he initially reached out to her. But which she says, and she shows receipts that she reached out to him and he ignored her.
I'll say it like this.
And I got the receipts.
White man paperwork. He said, I got the white man paperwork. Papers,
what does that mean?
Showing custody battles and child support payments and what I tried to do.
No. This is what I'm saying.
Go about what you said.
The white man paperwork, the white man's paperwork could mean child support payments that he was forced to do, not something that he did on his own. You understand what I'm saying? When you do it on your own, say for instance, like when you do it on your own, you say, you know what? I'm filing for custody. When you do it on your own, I'm going to court and you can't get, but you can't go get no custody as a black man in America. You can't use that.
It's true. Sometimes it's true.
But no, the effort has to be there. The effort. You can't use, I got the white man paperwork and it's some paperwork that you pay child support, because most child support is done forced. Very rarely do you see a brother to say, you know what, I'd rather go to child support. You know what I mean? I had a situation like that over 20 years ago where I was like, man, I'm not dealing with this crazy woman. I'm going child support. And I took myself there, and then I took her to court for my children. So, and
Right,
that's a whole nother story for another show. But the point I'm making is that if he can't show white man paperwork that he went to court to claim his fatherhood for this child, then you ain't showing me nothing, because child support is something forced in most instances.
Yeah, because like I said once again that I'm a son of a social worker, so I do know a little bit about this process. And I do agree with you. You make some good points, solid points. I'm not debating that one way or the other, but we don't know how difficult her mother is. Maybe your baby mother is not as difficult as his baby mother.
It doesn't. No. It doesn't matter. When you make an effort, it doesn't matter how difficult a person is. It's what effort did you make? It's what effort did you make? I mean, that's the question. The question is not how difficult the opposition is. The question is, how much effort did you actually make? And if Umar don't speak up, Umar don't speak up with receipts, then we can only take the receipts that the daughter give, where she shows the text messages where she reached out to him and he ignored her.
Okay, I would say it like this. You may agree or disagree. Umar is very confident that he has the paperwork.
No, he talks confident, brother. No.
I'm not talking about what I say. I'm talking about what he said.
Okay,
he said he wants to do it live with Mama Smurf and Baby Smurf. He said, let's do it live, and we'll go through it. She'll tell her side, I'll tell my side, and everybody be the judge. She said, no, absolutely not. That's not how we want to do it.
But guess what, though? I don't blame her. Let me tell you why, brother. Umar is a seasoned social media personality. He's a seasoned. You know what a seasoned social media personality is?
Yeah.
That means he understands. He understands catchwords, hot words. He understands how to manipulate a conversation, flip a conversation. And you want to go, that's like me going up against a regular everyday person on social media in a conversation when they don't understand the dynamics of social media. There is dynamics in a social media conversation that we acquire being bloggers and being podcasters that the average person don't acquire. They don't even understand what goes on to express your point and make your point as strong as you want it to be, even next to someone who probably could have a stronger point, but they don't know how to articulate it. And that's why I do this on Moorish World TV, because I've learned by the way of Sinettas and the SETIs how to articulate the truth in a way where people can digest it. And next to those who may have a half a truth or a lie, I'm going to make them look crazy at the end of the day.
Well, you know what? I hope Dr. Umar and you get together and y'all do a live. You know what I'm saying?
Umar will only do lives with people going to pay him at this point. This is why you see him. This is why you see him on these big podcasts. He's not doing no live. I'm not paying Umar to say the same old remix and regurgitated stuff that he's been saying for 10 years. Somebody else will. I mean, Drewski show is going viral right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that one. But
I think Umar is very, and let me say, I do think, before I let you go, I think Umar is very entertaining. I think Umar should have considered just being a YouTube personality. Don't sell people on that you're going to be the savior of black children, quote unquote, or as he said, black boys. Don't sell people on that. Just be a person that can inspire people, because he has a way with words and he's very convincing when it comes to inspiring people. But building something, you can cancel that.
I'll say it like this. I'm gonna let you go. I know you probably got other callers. Unless it's concrete, I'm neutral. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm neutral on this too. I get all the facts laid out, because I'm not gonna go on her side, because I've been in her position. I'm not gonna go on her side, the mother's side, or Dr. Umar. I'm gonna be totally neutral on this until it's concrete evidence from one side or another. I'm gonna be totally neutral. I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. If he has that paperwork, like he said, a lot of allegations been thrown at Dr. Umar, and he's won every time. You might well say that.
He didn't win.
That's why.
Bro, hold on. Before you say that, we got a brother that's ninth intellect say, showing the paperwork live will crush the daughter. Then people will call Umar evil for that. So Umar is stuck either way. But no. How you going to agree? Now let's get into critical thinking. What paperwork do Umar have specifically? You tell me.
If he says, he says.
No, not if, because Ninth Intellect says showing that paperwork. So I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask Ninth Intellect, what paperwork do Umar have? I bet you or Ninth Intellect don't even know. Umar said he has paperwork. Listen,
I can't speak to that.
Listen,
so
Umar, this is how a charlatan works. Umar says he's have paperwork, but he never say what paperwork specifically he has. And everybody, hold up.
He has paid child support. We'll get that. We got that established. He has paid child support.
Listen.
Yeah.
Umar. He said, somebody said Umar have custody paperwork. Custody paperwork. What is that?
Yeah, he said that.
What is custody paperwork? That the mother has custody?
I guess. I think he tried to file custody for his child. And then
now listen, if he filed for custody and have paperwork for that, then he should be showing that right now. He shouldn't wait till no mother come on. He should be showing that right now.
You know he's worldwide. Come on, Mr. Bay. You know he's worldwide.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. He has a daughter that's 22 saying that he's never spent a day with her outside of on the couch. He's never been to any event with her. And he has paperwork that he filed for custody. He's supposed to say, listen, I'm not going to have this conversation any longer. Here is the paperwork I filed for custody. I was unable to achieve that, so I moved on. But here, I tried, and hey, you don't like it, go. But he didn't do that. He says, I have paperwork. He should show the paperwork, and it would dead the conversation because he at least made an effort.
Well, like I said, what you do.
It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper.
Mr. Bay, what you do and what I do is probably going to be totally different than what he does. And so that's his problem and how he wants to do it, because I think he didn't want to embarrass his daughter like that.
How can he embarrass her? Bro,
I think the mother he got more onus on the mother with all
bro,
this.
That doesn't even make sense. How does it embarrass the child to show that you was trying to fight for her? You ain't got to go in detail. Yeah. You can just show the hitting. You ain't got to read the whole. You ain't got to read the whole paper. You can just show the hitting. Jermaine Shoemaker versus such and such. That's all you got to do.
Right, all right. I guess when he wants
you ain't got to go into all the dirty laundry and the dirty detail. All you got to do is Jermaine Shoemaker versus such and such custody. Listen, I fought for custody. I'm not going into great detail. I'm not doing any of that. It didn't work out. Now, and if we want to have a further conversation, I'm with that. But I'm not going to let you run my name through the mud when I tried to fight for my child.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a done deal. But if you don't,
how you want to do it.
If you don't have paperwork and you keep saying that you have paperwork, all you doing is making sure that the wound cut deeper, because people are just going to run with this story until you might make up some paperwork, and then the daughter is going to expose that the paperwork is phony.
Well, like I said, he has to do it. If I was him, I'd do it, quickly, because I think he has more beef with the mom. He don't have it with the daughter, because he said the daughter.
But that doesn't matter. All he got to do is show the letterhead. He ain't got to show the detail. All he got to do is show the letterhead. That's it.
And once he does that, and if he's 100% in the clear, if he shows that as proof, he's 100% clear. So you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
So people that say, no, if he showed the paperwork, just show the letterhead that you tried and then keep it pushing. If he doesn't do that, then it's cap. Because now all of his whole name is his cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
His name is his cash cow. So if his name is tarnished, his money get tarnished. So it would be in the best interest of a Umar to go ahead and show that and stop saying he got
like
some
I
paper.
said, I agree with you with this. I hope he jumps out in front of it, because it can get probably messy. I'm more messy than already is.
Before I let you go,
yeah.
if you was unable to get in contact with your daughter from birth to 18, at 18, would you go and seek her out?
Yeah, Mr. Bates, we already established this. What you do and what I do is probably different than how he does. So we
well, let me say this: if you would do that, because you know that's
Right.
the right thing to do, and if
Mm-hmm.
he didn't do that, then you should keep your coins in your bank account and go ahead and buy some farming seeds and grow some food, because Trump might start off kick off a war and you're gonna have to eat from your garden. So go get some seeds with your money. Don't send it to that. Don't seed that
I would
school
say like
no more.
this, my mom, social worker, she would make sure I did that. He'll make sure I do that. But
Yeah. But thanks for calling, brother. Brother, listen, I got to get ready to go. Brother, I really appreciate you. I would love for you to call in again. If you ever want to sit down and have a conversation on the show, email me at taharqabay@gmail.com. I think you give a great opposing thought to the thoughts that I have. I don't think you're right and exact, but I do like your humbleness to say, hey, listen, he might not do it like us, and I might not do it like him, but hey, this is what he brings to the table, and I can appreciate you. Thank you so much for your respect.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And take it easy.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you. So, family, I'm going to carry this show into tomorrow. Carry this show into tomorrow. I think that was great dialogue. So we're going to pick up where we left up tomorrow, part 2. I got more video on this. I think I got another 4 minutes on this video that I was playing. I got other videos, so we got to go into part 2. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for tomorrow? Y'all ready for part 2? I got the text messages for tomorrow. Are y'all ready? Press 7 if y'all ready for the text messages for tomorrow. I got the text messages. I got video. I got more stuff that I want to go into that I thought I would be able to get into, but we got a caller. But I think the caller added a lot of hold up, we got another call. Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna try to do it.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Welcome to Moorish World TV. Last caller. Brother, sister, please keep it clean. What you want to add to the conversation?
Yes, I will keep it very clean. I just want to say, first of all, I like Dr. Umar, but the whole thing about the whole situation is just, you mean to tell me he can counsel everybody else about the business, them dating people from other races. And I think had he focused on his own business, he'd have probably had that school open by now. Okay, so he can fix everybody else's problems, but he can't fix that problem with his own daughter.
And that, I think that's what people need to zero in on and stop making excuses, because the thing is that now, say if Dr. Umar was a truck driver, you know what I mean? Then you say, okay, truck drivers, they focusing on driving, they on the road, and maybe he's not a communicator. This guy is a communicator for a living. You know what I mean? He communicates on social media, and that's how he get his money. And he brags that he's a school psychologist.
Hold on, then he also, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but he also says how he was saying he wouldn't discuss his private business online, but he talks about everybody else's private business online.
And not
that was another thing. And another thing, as far as the young lady is concerned, and I think she expresses herself a lot like her father. Yeah. But as far as she was concerned, as far as what I disagree with the gentleman, first of all, when you're telling the truth don't always come out polite. And I don't think she was disrespectful at all. I think she said what she had to say, and I think she was okay, you know?
Yeah, I don't think she was disrespectful at all.
Wasn't, and it was her business to tell.
Yeah, and I do think, though, she will heat up. She looked like she can turn up. And as social media try to defend Umar and comfort her, she probably will turn up. But she hasn't turned up as of yet.
But and another thing, she was talking to Tommy Sotomayor, whatever the gentleman's name is.
Right.
The thing about that with him, first of all, that man hate black women.
Yeah,
so,
I don't. Yeah.
No matter what any African American woman say, he was going to go against. He was going to side with the other person. No, don't get me wrong. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. I'm just saying, if you can fix the world problems, if you can go to Ghana and fix what's going on over there, you can fix what's going on you should be able to fix, what's going on with your own children.
I wish that I could have reached out to her and tell her leave people like Tommy Sotomayor
Yeah.
alone. He's only going to exploit her. He's
Mhm.
only going to exploit her, and you have other podcasters out there that will
Mhm.
use and exploit her and not try
Mhm.
to help her, give her
Mhm.
counseling, and
Mhm.
towards a better tomorrow. And that's
Mhm.
the sad thing about it, because now people going to throw money at her that dislikes Umar just to
Mhm.
exploit her and the
Mhm.
situation. And that's if that carries on, it's not going to end well. It's not going to
Mhm.
end well. I
Yeah,
mean,
she's a well-spoken young lady, I think, and I think nobody's perfect. He seems like he can come down to earth, So I'm sure they can make that work and have that conversation. Hopefully,
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. Anything else you want to share?
That's it.
I'll be
I
live
hope that
tomorrow
works out for that young lady. I
and
really hope that does.
And I'll be
And
live
Umar.
for part 2 tomorrow if you want to call in again and give me your assessment, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate you. Into Ninth Intellect, GS, she turns up. I seen the videos. I'm not saying she don't turn up. I'm saying on this topic, she has yet to turn up. I've seen all of her videos. I went to the whole TikTok that she has. I watched it. I know that she is a part of this TikTok generation. I understand them to a degree. So it doesn't bother me to what we will call ratchet or what we will call turned up, to the things that what she's doing is actually mild, to keep it a whole stack. It's actually mild considering what is out there. But I do understand you say, she turns up. I've seen that before. I've seen some of her TikToks. I've seen some of the risque TikToks. But I'm saying as it relates to this topic, she has not jumped out the window and went super crazy, which I know she probably does have the potential to do. You know what I mean? Did you see the other videos where she turned about Umar? Yeah, I seen all the videos. I think she's not over the top, is what I'm saying. In comparison what we see on TikTok and social media, she's not over the top. She's not over the top. She hasn't gone there yet. Even if you think, you're a Ninth Intellect, you're an Umar supporter. So if she says that F him, I don't want to talk to him, F him, you think that's turned up. But when you understand this TikTok generation, that ain't nothing, brother. That ain't nothing. When they turn up in this day and time, shoot. Man, you got young sisters. I'm going to leave that alone. But yeah, Ninth Intellect, I appreciate you joining me. Thank you. I wish you would call in sometime, even come on the show. I think you would give an opposing thought that gives us a classy dialogue. And also we can teach our people how to discuss things that we disagree on here on Moorish World TV, family. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a whole bunch. Family, don't forget to share this, hit that like. Family, from this day forward, we're going to be doing reaction videos as to what's going on in the community, and I'll be giving my wisdom and sharing my insights on it. As I did this, tomorrow we'll do part 2 on this. If you wish to do part 2, if anybody want to do part 2 to finish this tomorrow, throw a 7 in the air. Let me know what you like, and I will bring it to you. Somebody mentioned on my live earlier about the red pills. Should we look into red pills and see what they're doing out there in Atlanta? Are they uplifting? Are they bringing knowledge? Or are they doing something that is in opposition of knowledge that appears like knowledge? I mean, let me know what you want to see. I give my opinion on everybody else giving their opinion. I might as well give mine. With that being said, family, I see 17 in the air, so that means we're going to do a part 2. That's what it looks like to me. So I will see y'all tomorrow, family, and we're going to get busy tomorrow. All right? All right.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Certified boogeyman.
Yeah.
We're going to speak the truth, regardless of whether you like that truth or not. We're in the 21st century. Our people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors. How people are being murdered on a daily and consistent basis.
It's been a long time, I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the bean on me, I didn't neglect you. Time's up, allow me to bless you. They yell reparation and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper, claim he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes.
Certified boogeyman.
And trying to figure out which one has the venom sac. On this tongue. This one is not Moorish.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who says I smacked somebody? Poke your chest out, then slide thousands of miles. Check it out. For a piece order. I'm back like I left something. And you kept frontin', sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep waters. I done took a deep dive, see who you really are. Who named you TARIQ Nasheed, affiliated with the gods? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrating. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip-hop was conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track, but you was so back, nobody followed the act. So they made another character, turned you to a thug. From Cosmo to K-Flex, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, stitching on the hood. How you make a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself in all your albums that flop? Yeah, you got some dark secrets, I'm here to expose them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them.
Papa Oli! Papa Oli! He's back! Papa Oli! 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 Papa Oli!
That's right, global African supremacy. That gas, baby.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.